Warning. What I find in Gematria is for entertainment purposes only. You shouldn't believe anything I say. I'm just a guy who enjoys using Gematria, and I like to share my opinion. Hello. In this video, I have one humdinger of a prediction. A recent VP pick is going to get deleted to help their cause. And before I start the Gematria and that, go watch my video, Did I Use Gematria to Predict Scare Events? In that video, I predicted that Kamala Harris could become the president by the way of the 25th Amendment. And this is before the 2024 election. That video I posted on July 19th. Okay, and now people are actually starting to talk about potentially Kamala being the president if they were to move Joe Biden. Now, when I did research for the video, Did I Use Gematria to Predict the Fate of Sleepy Joe? I found out if Kamala Harris became the president, let's say they got rid of Joe Biden using the 25th Amendment. And what I found is that Kamala, if she becomes the president, she can pick a vice president. What I didn't tell you is that I did the Gematria for that, and I'm going to say it now. She could potentially pick Michelle Obama as the VP pick going into the election. Okay? And I knew they were going to do that just to steal the black vote. And the reason why I didn't come out a video or say anything, because what happens after that gets dark. And then after that, it gets even darker. So I felt nobody's ready for that. Okay? Now, why am I putting it out there now? Okay, first, before I explain that, go look at the video that I made. I used Gematria to predict panic at the DNC because this is going to tie into that. And I think I know what causes that panic. Okay, now, before I get into the Gematria, let me explain how I saw things materialize. During the presidential debate between Trump and Biden, they were showcasing Gavin Newsom. And that was to see if he were to grab everybody's attention as him being a presidential candidate. And no matter what I look up for him in Gematria, there's always nothing. He's a big nothing burger. He doesn't factor into anything. Okay? And I knew that at that time, I knew that it was going to be Michelle Obama. Okay? Now, when they said an employee leaked information about Josh Shapiro, that he was going to be the VP pick, I knew that it was just a bunch of garbage. They were going to put it out there to see if it caught fire, and they were going to run with it. When they announced Tim Walz, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was disappointed because I had my Gematria sights on Michelle Obama, and on that day I didn't even look up anything on Tim Walz. However, on the next day I started thinking, and I said, well, something must happen between now and the DNC, and that's when this word popped into my head. And I said, no, they can't be planning on doing that. And so I hopped on the computer and I started looking up things under Tim Walz. And for those of you that are new to Gematria, let me just show you how this works, how numbers are associated with other actions or people or places or things. So I have Tim Walz here, his name. And I'm going to type in governor. And we're going to see if that matches with Tim Walz. And there you go. You see how that works? Matches 4 times. Okay. Now that word that popped into my head, I'm just going to type it. I'm not going to say it. That's it. Does that match? And sure enough, it does. Okay. Now, when I saw that, the first thing came to me was, does this happen at the DNC? And it looks like it does. Okay, so I felt that this person here, well, let me just say that they were doing this, like I said, to steal the black vote. See, and it's all there. Now, I felt that he was being sacrificed. Right here. And I knew that once this was going to happen, that they were going to blame MAGA. Okay? It's right there. This is a planned event. Okay? So in the previous Panic at the DNC, I typed in bomb. And that also matches with Timmy. Okay? So even if I type in explosion, and that's still gonna, is that how they're gonna get rid of this guy? Explosion right there. I don't know. Because if I type in shot, I type in killed, it's all gonna match. Because could it be everything's still being planned? Because look, right there and right there, everything matches with this guy. Okay. And that could be why they cancel. Okay, so it gets canceled. Okay, so it sounds horrible. This could be the reason why for the panic at the DNC. But to pinpoint, it's either something happens right before that this happens, or this actually happens at the DNC. Because I also get, because we're all in, it's all a movie, right? And it's right there. Okay, so as far as a date, I'm going to remove something because it starts removing stuff from the bottom once you type too much stuff. So no matter how hard I try to get a date, it could happen on the first day. Because you have the day, you have the action, and you have the probable cause of that. Now I can keep going. I can put in Secret Service blunders. Everything's going to match. Okay? And this is how they bring in Michelle Obama. This is how they're going to steal the black vote. They're going to blame MAGA. They're going to claim to be the party of unity, and if you don't vote for us, you're a racist. We're the first black woman president and black woman vice president, and that's their plan. Okay. And I got more videos, folks. It's all about timing. Like what comes after if Michelle Obama becomes vice president? What happens after that? She could 25th Kamala. And who would be her vice president pick? Maybe somebody with 3-letter initials. Sometimes they call this person by the 3-letter initials. You know who that is? But anyway, stay tuned to more videos. I got an XRP pump coming up. Did you see my video regarding the scare events where I picked the stock market crash and the Bitcoin crash? August 4th. It's clearly in my video. Well, you go watch that movie. Right at the end, I did a summary because the mistake I made is I was too focused on Kamala Harris being connected to everything. But in that video, I clearly say if I had to pick a date, it was August 4th. And that was a very, very bold prediction because August 4th was a Sunday. And on Sunday, right before midnight, I watched Bitcoin dip to the high 49,000. Earlier in the day, it was almost 61,000. Okay, that's about a $12,000 difference. That's a crash. But what I didn't know was it started August 5th, but on the other side of the world. That was Japan. It started in Japan. Okay, now, why is it important? Because I have more dates. And I think I know who causes the next Bitcoin crash. You know what? Let me show you something very, very shocking. Let me bring up the Gematria site. Okay. I'm going to bring up all the ciphers so we can see all the ordinals. Again, I'm going to type in this person's name. Okay, you ready for this? You see that, right? She's the one that ushers in the Black Swan event. And I think I know how she does that. Because this word right here matches with all this stuff, including active shooter. Now, could this happen to Tim walking into the DNC? And that's where all the confusion is? And they don't know what to do because now their speeches are basically about Tim. I don't know. Only time will tell, folks. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. Please help me out. I'm not selling you anything. Now, if these predictions start to come true and you go look at my videos and then suddenly, oh, oh, charging $19.99 for membership. Don't be surprised because you didn't like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.